So this video is on multiplying fractions, and the first thing I want to look at is something like 1/2 times 8. And I want to just talk about how to read this. So when you see the word times, you're saying 1/2 of 8, right? So 1/2 times 8 is the same as 1/2 of 8. And you probably in your head know 1/2 of 8 is 4, right? And so a lot of people think that when you say 1/2 of 8, you're dividing. Well, you're dividing by 2, which means you're multiplying by 1/2. And that'll come up again when we talk about dividing fractions. So I'll just draw a little picture, right? So if I have a box and I have 8 things in it, 1, 2, 3, did I do too many? Yes, I did 1 too many. 5, 6, 7, 8, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I'm not very good at this. Let's get an 8th one. Okay, if I want to get 1/2 of 8, that means I'm taking half of those things, and that's 1/2 of 8. Let's say I wanted to do something like, say, 3/4 of 8, or 3, which is the same as 3/4 times 8. Okay, so let me erase what I have. I still have 8. I'm starting with 8. And first of all, I have to find 1/4 of 8. So that would be 1/4 of 8 is 8 divided by 4. So that's going to be 1/4 of 8 is 2. And there are going to be 3 of them. So 1, 2, 3. So 3/4 of 8, 3/4 times 8 equals 6. Okay, so that sort of gives you an idea of what's happening when I'm multiplying by a whole number. You're basically finding 1/4 and then multiplying by 3. So you're dividing by the denominator, multiplying by the numerator. You can think about it that way. I'm going to come back to that in just a second. Now let's try something a little bit more complicated, like 3/4 times 1/3. And let's break it down a little bit. So we're again, it means the same thing. It's 3/4 of 1/3, but it's a little bit unclear exactly how you would do that. It's not as easy as 3/4 of 8. So I'm going to draw 1/3. The way I'm going to do it is I'm going to draw a box, and I'm going to divide my box into thirds. And so I'm going to highlight 1/3. So there's 1/3. And now I want 3/4 of that. Well, the way I can sort of visualize that is dividing the box in the other direction into fourths. 1, 2, 3, 4. And now I'm going to highlight in a different color. I'll highlight in orange. So 3/4 of this is 1/3. So 3/4 of 1/3 would be 3 of those little yellow boxes. Right? So this is 1/3, and I want 3/4 of that. That's 3 of these little yellow boxes. So let me highlight that in orange. 1, 2, 3. So what I've highlighted in orange is the answer to 3/4 times 1/3. But let's think about it. What did I divide this box into? I divided it up into 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I've divided it up into 12 things. I'm just going to move this over. So my denominator is 12. My numerator is, there was 1/3, which I then divided up into, I have 3 of them. So my numerator is 3. So I get 3/12. And if you think about it, the reason why I got the 3 is because it was the 3 came from the 3/4 times the 1 of the 1/3. So 3 times 1 equals 3. 4 times 3 equals 12. That gives me my 3/4 times 1/3. And that's why I'm multiplying the numerator and the denominator. And I get 3/12. Now I'm not done because I have to reduce what my result, right? So I can divide by 3/3 and I get 1/4. So that's my final answer. I'm going to highlight it. So 3/4 times 1/3 equals 1/4. It's actually a little bit easier if you think about it the other way. 3/4 times 1/3 is the same as 1/3 times 3/4, and that actually we can do in our head. So 1/3 of 3/4, well, we're dividing 3/4 into three equal things, that gives us 1/4. So that's kind of another way to just to